मोहम्मद असलम दोसा साहब बराए मेहरबानी तशरीफ़ लाएँ और प्रेजेंटेशन करें।
Mr. Chairman, fellow chartered accountants, friends and colleagues, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. As you all know, my name is Aslam Dosa, and I qualified as a chartered accountant at the ripe old age of 23. And those days we used to say, qualified as a chartered accountant the hard way in Pakistan. We felt that the easy way was to go to England and pass their examinations. Anyway, soon after qualifying as a chartered accountant, I worked in the industry for about 2 years and then decided to go on my travels abroad. I first went to England, where I worked with Coopers and Lybrand for 2 years and also qualified the CIMA examinations over there. Later on, I took up a secondment with Coopers and Lybrand to go to East Africa, Tanzania. However, before going to Tanzania, a friend and myself, we took a car and drove down to Karachi from London. And in those days, it was fun. A lot of people could do that. We arrived in Pakistan just in time for the 1971 war. Well, then later on, I took the first flight going out to Tanzania in January 1972. Worked in Tanzania for about 3 years. And while one is traveling, one picks up souvenirs. One does a collection. One of the things that I collected was a wife from Tanzania. Rather, she was from Kenya. And we have 3 children. And after our spell in Tanzania, we went off to Canada on an extended vacation, spent there about 4 years, and returned to Pakistan in '79. For about 20 years, I worked for Serena Hotels and the related groups of IPS. And in 1999, I decided that education was something which I was fond of. I started teaching also and joined up the Institute of Chartered Accountants, which, as the executive director, which gave me more time to devote to education and service as such. After spending 6 years with ICAP as the executive director, I decided to team up with a friend and went into the profession as a partner of BDO Ibrahim and Company, such. That's a little bit of my background. And as far as the Institute is concerned, I think the Institute has done a reasonably good job, particularly with the professional staff, in doing its share of duties. One area which I thought I should bring it, although the professional staff is doing a lot of good work, but I don't think enough time has been devoted by the voluntary members, elected members, that you can gauge by the annual report which you saw last time and the number of meetings that were held itself. So I do believe that you should elect people who have the ability to deliver the goods, but at the same time it's not only the ability and experience, but you also need to be able to give enough time. If you're in the prime of your profession and you want to devote most of your time, all your time to your professional development, it's a little difficult to devote time to the Institute. So I would urge you, yes, we'd like to have young people, but young people who can devote time. Moving on to what we've been doing, one very good thing which the Institute did was introduced the Code of Corporate Governance under the leadership of Mr. Najam Chaudhry. I, as the executive director in those days, also played a small role into the introduction. But उसके बाद में जो होना चाहिए था वो नहीं हुआ है in that field. An area which should have been developed is CSR, corporate social responsibility के लिए. उस पर कुछ काम ही नहीं हुआ है हमने. You have people like ACCA doing work on CSR, where we've done nothing. If nothing else, we could have at least given awards and scholarships for research and various other areas it could be done. That's an area I think we should devote ourselves to. Number two, what pains me very much is that we have some very intelligent students in our firms who study hard, and yet they manage to fail the institute's examinations. The other international examinations pass ho jate hain. So is it something wrong with our students or is something wrong with us? I think there goes my bell. So thank you very much.